What's going on? You are tuned in to TwoFootTalk, Pick'em Gambling Show. I am your host. They call me Young Leg. With me, Mr. BurrOaks himself, repping Milan. We got a fat Serie A slate. Oaks, what it do?
What's a good word, man? I was telling Leg before the show, I really liked the Serie A board this weekend. I really like a lot of things this weekend. I have a pretty crowded list. I know we're not going to be able to get to everything. I have some fuck yous I definitely want to get off my chest, starting with today especially. And I had a really good time at my cousin's wedding over the weekend. Didn't watch very much football at all on Friday and Saturday. Saturday, I watched in the morning. I watched the Milan game on CBS with my pops. But yeah, other than that, I got back on Sunday. Tried to do a couple of live streams, but my voice was completely smoked. So I made it through one and called it a day.
All right. Sounds like your neck game week these days. You're getting old, man.
Hey, man. I was, I mean, I wasn't going to let Nick down and not do the Italian game with him. But after that, I'm like, I don't want to talk about Atleti, and I don't think anybody else gives a shit. So I'm just going to call this a wrap.
Yeah, so Nick's doing a show, I think, like almost at the exact same time as us. So definitely don't. If you're going to go into Nick's chat, just make sure you say something mean and let him know that you're watching us. Keep the tab open so he gets a stat, but just make sure he knows that you're watching us instead. That's a good way to just get right into my fuck yous, I guess. No, I love Nick. What a guy. My fuck yous are pretty simple. I went, I think, 9-6 last week, and I'm just going to blame every single bet that lost on these guys. First one's Manchester United. I just needed a draw. Like, I really didn't have a ton of faith in you, but just the way you folded. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to watch Mason Mount start a football match and somebody expect a different result, like him not to look like shit. If there's not going to be a 20-yard straightforward free kick for Mason Mount to hit or a tap in, he's always going to be a 6.3 or below rating and not do fucking shit. He is just an absolute. The fact that he also took this, it's crazy to me just to go with that whole narrative of the curse of the seven. I just can't believe a manager that somehow won an FA Cup and I'm being told is an elite manager by just some people that got to be delusional at this point is still playing Mason Mount. Garnacho's sitting right there like, damn, I backpacked you in all these games and you're going to put Mason Mount in over me? I'd be so fucking disrespected. Like, you have the pieces and they're just sitting on the bench. And this dumb, bald bitch won't fucking bench Mason Mount.
We've been telling people Mason Mount's been trash for 3 years now?
Yeah, pretty much. My next one's West Ham. Score a fucking goal.
Yup.
At home? Wait, were they at home? Yeah, they're at home, right? I'm not making that up.
Probably.
London.
Who'd they play?
Palace, I think.
Yes. No. Palace got clean sheeted. So, give me a second here.
Nah, you're lying to me.
Yeah. Never mind. You're right. They were playing Palace. West Ham scored 2. Yeah. So it was 2-0 West Ham away.
I'm sorry, West Ham. I take back everything. Fuck you, Palace. Score a goal.
Yeah.
All right,
right. Home goal.
I'm sorry, West Ham. You didn't deserve that. Great win, guys. Fuck you, Palace. Score a goal. At the crib, too. Like, it's not like you bench anymore. Eduardo was in there. Eze was in there.
Right.
Elise balling over at Bayern now. I'm sorry to say it. He looks fantastic.
West Ham didn't even start Fulkirk again. Like, you couldn't score a goal with Antonio on the pitch.
It's just shocking how I know exactly what they're going to do when they buy a new striker, and then they still continue to do it.
And then they do it.
After season after season. Fulkrug's got a good 2 to 3 years left in his legs, and you're still playing Antonio over him. And you can, I feel like you can see the frustration from Bowen.
All Antonio.
The frustration from Bowen is at an all-time high. Newcastle's on here. Can we just take care of business, guys? That's it. Just take care of business. I feel like you're leaving too much on the plate. You're either playing catch up because you're not taking your chances. Isak was red hot, and now I don't know what Can we get somebody to get him the ball? Tonali's back. We're running out of excuses here for Newcastle. I would love to see
And Eddie Howe, too, to be
Longstaff
honest.
still sucks. Longstaff is still ass. Is Lewis Miley hurt? What happened? So Newcastle, just do your fucking job. We're getting great numbers on Newcastle, by the way. I'm going to continue to fall into this trap. I have Atalanta on here. I think they lost to Torino, and
They did on a missed PK that cost me my team total over 1.5. I'm furious.
Yeah, so Torino is essentially like Italian Osasuna to me, where it's like they'll get results here and there, and I might supposed to have to kind of respect them, but I don't. So they end up pissing me off a lot. And lastly, I got Aston Villa. Score a fucking goal. Score one goddamn goal. And this isn't even like, oh, Arsenal fans, you got us again. We all knew you guys were going to win. I told you guys you were going to win. You had to bet Arsenal there if you were an Arsenal fan. But the fact that Aston Villa couldn't get us a goal, again,
it's their crib too.
I have to continue to now bet Arsenal, both teams to score anytime they play a competitive team. I'm going to probably do it again against Brighton. I haven't even looked at my board.
Yeah.
So, fuck you guys, Aston Villa. Score a goddamn goal. And then I don't have any more fuck yous after that. It's just transfers I care about. And it's just guys that moved. And it's some of them are sad. It's mostly just when I look at McSauce in a Napoli jersey. The betrayal.
Yeah. For my fuck yous, I'm going to start with UEFA and the new Champions League format. Like, just fuck you. I can't. Could you make it more complicated? Like, I have to take the fucking time to watch like multiple videos and read multiple articles just to figure out how Madrid's going to win Champions League again. Like, this is fucking bullshit.
I was about to say, when you sent that to me, I immediately was just like, who the fuck cares? We're going to play some people, they're going to lose to us, and then we're going to go get this fucking trophy.
Yeah, I just, the new Champions League format is bullshit. The fact that people think that more teams deserve a shot in Champions League is just fucked up. No, none of these teams deserve a chance in Champions League. Like, that's a God's honest truth. Watch anybody in Champions League that doesn't belong there and watch them. It completely wrecks their entire league season. Union Berlin last year. Watch Genoa finish outside the top half of the fucking table.
Watch Girona this year.
Girona, yeah. Girona is going to look like shit. Like, all of these teams, like, good for you. You're going to make Champions League. You're going to get a bag to play fucking 6 games. And then you're going to fight relegation the rest of the season, sack a manager, spend that money in the winter transfer window, have it make no impact, and still be in a relegation battle. Like, it's just fucking stupid. If you're not good enough to be there every year in the old format, you're certainly not good enough to be there in the new format. Because the last thing Champions League needs is more scrub-ass cakewalk teams. This isn't, I guess I'm not going to get into praising people. I'll just stick with fuck yous. Yeah, we already covered Crystal Palace score a fucking goal at home. Goddamn, that is embarrassing. Aston Villa, we already said score a fucking goal at home. Lyon, score a goal up a man versus Monaco at home.
You needed a Lacazette goal really bad. That's all I needed, man. I didn't have a lot of faith in getting a result, but like once I saw Lacazette was in, I was like, okay, we can score now.
St. Pauli's, fuck you. You made me look real stupid. Your crowd didn't get hype. That building wasn't insane like I thought it was going to be. And your striker has maybe a worse first touch than Antonio and cost you that game. So, yeah, St. Pauli's, I was gassing you up. And I look like an idiot, and it's your fault. AC Milan, fuck you. I'm wearing the shirt. I still ride with you. You're still my squad in Italy, but holy goddamn, the fact that you went out and paid real US dollars for Romero has me fucked up. I think the guy turned the ball over 8 times, lost a corner that his teammate was going to win, and then just like basically conceded a goal. Romero, you're a fucking disaster. And the Spurs fans in my mentions saying let Romero cook. I watched him.
Emerson Royale.
Oh, sorry, yeah, not Romero. My bad for the strays and Romero. But yeah, Emerson Royale, you might be the biggest waste of money on the face of the planet. My God. You're a walking piece of shit, Emerson Royale. AC Milan, figure it the fuck out. Like, I love Theo Hernandez. You can't just have Tremore and another center back be the only two guys who get back. Like, somebody has to come back and play a little fucking defense. Theo Hernandez, I love you, dog, but it might be time to get the fuck off this team because they do not need a left back that bombs forward as much as you do when you have Leao, Pulisic, Chukwueze, and Okafor. Like, just play some fucking defense. God damn, that was embarrassing. Shut up, Parma, by the way, for looking like absolute studs. Because I'm going to take Parma to score a goal in pretty much like every game from here on out until they stop doing it. Monza, fuck you for simply existing. Like, just what a garbage team that is. I don't think they have any goals on the season, and they don't shoot. So Monza is just straight up trash.
That wasn't even a fuck you. That was just being mean to Monza.
Yeah, I mean, kinda, I guess.
It just got really personal, it felt like.
Yeah, I hope Monza gets relegated.
Yeah.
VAR and the refs in that Bournemouth Newcastle game. Like, I know you were on Newcastle, but like, how the fuck do you call that goal back? Like, I thought we were trying to not go through shit with a fine-tooth comb on VAR. How does that take you 5 minutes and you chalk it off? Like,
wasn't a goal, man. Wasn't a goal.
I know you're happy to have your push, but man, Bournemouth got fucking robbed on that one. Yeah. Oh, Venezia score a goal. You had some nice chances. Fiorentina might be one of the worst teams in Italy. Atalanta, get me my second goal. Roma, what the fuck, dudes? Like, just get it together. I don't know what else to say to you, Roma. Fuck you. Get it together and look like adults. Yeah, that's all I got. Oh, and then Spanish refs today, obviously. It's just given that red card in the Sociedad Alaves game was horseshit. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that.
All right, you feel better?
I do. I feel a lot better.
Yeah, let me run you off these.
Sevilla Mallorca, do something, somebody.
That's when you were betting on that game. There's no evidence that was going to be even a watchable game.
No, you're correct. That's why I didn't do a live stream for that one. I'm like, nobody cares about this fucking game.
All right, so listen to this. So just over the last 2 days, you remember our boy Kusonu, the center back from Leverkusen, on loan over to Atalanta. Love that move for him. Hope he gets more tick. Leverkusen's going to miss him. Our young bull off of Dortmund. Dortmund keeps picking up forwards while Mukoku is going over to Nice. So he's going to France. We'll watch him cook.
Yep.
Adley, who was like, I thought Milan's boy last year, is now over at Fiorentina. I thought that was one of Milan's bro dogs. And I don't know if it's just me, but I think Reinders sucks. I think he's awful. So I don't know if Milan fans
all like how often he just jacks for chicks.
Oh no, I'll bet his shots. Like, I'm not a person making money off of him, but he's ass.
Yeah, he's not great.
Cancelo went to Al Hilal. Good job, Barcelona. Good business. Don't worry though, La Masia, they have all the best fullbacks still anyway. They definitely didn't need him. Vieira, whatever, the dude from Arsenal that they praised as like the future of their midfield, is going back to Porto. My boy Matty O'Reilly to Brighton. He was already hurt, but I was hyped to see him. McKennie signed an extension, so I guess he is part of the plans now at Juventus. Gundogan went back to City for free, which is hilarious. And then my boy McTominay, RIP. Fuck Manchester United for this one. He's over at Napoli now. I'm excited to watch him and Anguissa play together.
Yeah.
But what a bad time to go to Napoli. They did pick up my boy David Neres, also, who always looks stoned.
Yep.
So they're looking more
And
and more.
they got Lukaku.
Yeah, so they're getting closer and closer to being team leg guys, but rough time to go over there. And Manchester United, you're ashamed of yourselves. Mallorca games under 2.5 goals all year. On the island or off of it?
On the
Either
island
one?
for
Okay.
sure. On the island for sure.
Who are some good value teams? Brighton. All right, quick way to ruin your timeline. Go tweet that you think Brighton's the move this weekend.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Leganes in Spain definitely is looking real solid for a newly promoted club.
You can't spell Leganes without a leg. Those are my guys. I'm going right into the Arsenal Brighton game though. I am going to talk about the 2 Thursday games in La Liga after we finish EPL. So those are going to be games for tomorrow, and you'll probably hear us talking about Real Madrid twice and might get confused. But we're at Arsenal Brighton. I think my favorite part about this game is that Brighton's playing good enough football that we're getting good odds on them. By no means am I going to bet against Arsenal here. I think that's kind of a wild statement at the crib with how well they've been playing defensively. And it really just makes me want to take both teams to score because Brighton has somehow been getting in the back of the neck. Danny Welbeck is just on a revenge tour right now, and he might only take one shot, and it might be from within 6 yards, but he will get into the back of the net somehow. Ben White didn't shoot for me last game, so I won't say he's dead to me because I have made a lot of money off of him. But, dog, what the fuck? I took first half and your shot. What are we doing here? You're not jacking for chicks anymore? What are you taking? What's good? Is it like cuffing season? What's good? So I like Arsenal here. I don't like the number at all. But again, if you're riding Arsenal all year, you'll do what I do with Madrid, and you'll just go Arsenal -1.5, and you won't even care what the fucking lineup is. That's if you have any huevos at all. I know it's a little bit more nerve-wracking over there in England, I guess. But both teams to score for me. Arsenal money line if you want to get a little juicy with the line there, mix things up. I don't even have any good player props for you because I don't think anyone has really stood out for each game so far. I mean, Saka's going to come in. Yeah. Who? Oh, I was talking about Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Saka is going to let it rip a ton.
Yeah, Saka's always going to let it. Is he taking all the set pieces or is Odegaard on the set pieces?
I honestly don't know. I don't watch a lot of Arsenal games because there's very rarely any money to be made there, nor are they entertaining.
Yeah, so Yao Pedro, Welbeck, and Matoma would probably be my goal scorer, assist, or my shots on target guys. Odegaard's on set pieces. I don't hate that at all, but I feel like Kai Havertz is usually the target man there. He's got decent touch to at least put it towards the rectangle or put it on to somebody else who can put it on the rectangle. Martinelli looks like ass, which I hate to see. We're at the point where Trossard might need to start over him. So for me, it's all coming down the right side. So Odegaard, Saka, Kai Havertz would probably be my looks, but it all just feels like it's getting kind of chalky at an Arsenal home game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm taking both teams to score because if you're going to hang -115 on an EPL game for both teams to score, I'm probably going to take it every fucking time, regardless of who's playing. There's a reason. There's a reason I say the EPL fucking blows, and it's because the over/under on every game is set at 3.25 or 3.5. The EPL fucking sucks, guys. I don't know how to be any more clear about that. It fucking blows. Unless you want to start taking unders, it's unwatchable garbage. Look, I don't know. I'm going to watch this game because I think Brighton scores. But yeah, Arsenal, you're at the Emirates. You should win this game 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, something like that. But Brighton always does give Arsenal problems, and they will find a goal here.
All right, moving on. Next one I got West Ham versus Man City. This game screams Paqueta game to me. Now, Man City's gonna beat the shit out of West Ham. I think Man City's on a little like a little. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it a revenge tour, but just kind of like marking their territory. Like, yeah, we won this shit 4 times in a row. You are now a business meeting. We're probably gonna put up 3 on you. We have a giant, angry Norwegian man running around up front that you guys don't have a answer for. If we can just make sure he's not dribbling and just shooting. Um, West Ham. What makes me confident about West Ham? They've now won 2 games in a row, which means you're probably due to get battered here. I'm thinking a City team total over. I would honestly go. I would ladder that shit up to like 3.5. I really do think Man City's going to tear them up. Both teams to score is not even a really good number. I think it was like minus 180 ish, minus
Yep.
170 ish. So
And
I
West
can't
Ham
even
played
touch
today.
it. Yeah, and West Ham, like he just said, just played today. I think this is going to be a long day for West Ham. Give me a Bowen goal, maybe. Bowen's the only person that I would put my faith in if we're going to take a West Ham goal.
Yeah, Fernando over here actually makes a really good point.
Yeah.
Like I said, and that's why I said it. Brighton has been giving Arsenal problems for the last 2 years plus. I like Brighton to score. Look, I don't have any faith in West Ham here. They may or may not be able to find the back of the net at home for a little self-respect. It's going to be all City. I like second half to be the highest scoring half. City is normally cagey, and they don't come out and get off to a hot start in the first half. I hate this game. To be honest, I hate everything about this game. There's not a lot of
I'm
good numbers.
so excited about this game. I still don't think they're doing the Savio markets correctly, in my opinion. So
If he's
getting the
healthy, if
Savio,
he's playing, yeah.
he's doing that Brazilian thing where it's like, damn, this guy might be out for 3 weeks, and then he starts the next fucking week. I feel like I
They
watched
give him
Militao do
45
that.
minutes a tick, and then they took him off for Foden. So I don't know what's going on
Well,
there.
what a shame there also to have to go off
Right.
against Foden's
Yeah,
coming
to
back.
have your next guy up be
That's
Foden.
tough. Sorry, Man City has to go through that.
Yeah, I just I can't even back West Ham to score. City's gonna
Nope.
have 75 to 80% of the ball. It's gonna be unwatchable. Just you'll see 2,700 passes out of City.
Yeah, the possession's gonna look ugly on that game too. All right, moving on. We got a London derby. Shit, we tried to make the third worst best derby into something exciting. Let's do it again. Here we got Chelsea versus Palace. What would be the worst London derby? Would it be Fulham versus Palace, you think?
Probably.
Is QPR in the top league? QPR versus Palace?
QPR is not in the top league.
All right, never mind. All right, we'll stick with that one then. Anyway, Chelsea's like minus 170, and I think you're just getting great value on a team that is just so top heavy. So to just take Chelsea and an over is just so easy to look at every time. My boy, shout out Noni Maduke. I still miss him over at PSV. He was an animal. It's fun to
Yeah.
watch him go at it again. Cole Palmer, if they keep putting a plus sign on Cole Palmer, I will take him every single time against these little and sorry, Crystal Palace fans, earmuffs. Against these little tiny clubs, Cole Palmer is going to have his way with them. And they keep hanging numbers like plus one. I got Cole Palmer at plus 150.
If you're a Palace fan,
Whoops.
don't put earmuffs on. Say something in chat because I personally have never met a Crystal Palace fan.
Palace has been so disappointing. If you like Holland anytime goal scorer, but take it now, it's minus 130. Decent number. You might as well take a Holland win cast, though, to try to get a plus sign.
Yeah.
Palace been so disappointing. Palace will be hurting after losing it. What's even worse, too, is Palace, it has the same problem every year. Defense, not too bad. Usually a couple old heads that end up getting cooked or an injury fucks them up. One hardworking midfielder, the other one that they probably spent more money on, but he ends up sucking. And then one guy on offense that makes it electric. And then it's easy. And then it's fucking, what's his name? Wharton down in the middle, holding it down for Palace. Backline's solid, but also like are made out of glass or they're old as shit. And then they used to have Zaha, now it's easy. And Edouard is either there or he'll get carded and sent off, or he just has no idea what the fuck he's doing. and then they'll put some other random out there. That's why it was fun to watch Elise and Easy for a while there. But I
Yeah.
love Chelsea here, and you can go chalk with Chelsea and the money. Yeah, Chelsea money line and under 4.5 goals is plus 100. Mixing anything with Chelsea money line right now is just feeling really easy, and it's at the bridge. Not that that really means much when I say it, but it does help my argument a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of like Palace to bounce back after getting shut out at home here. They have to find the back of the net. Look, it's not like Chelsea's watertight at the back. They gave up 2 in the first half to Wolves, who look pretty hapless, except for when they're playing lower division teams like they did today. Shut out Giancarlo Guedes for getting a brace. But yeah, I love both teams to score over 2.5 here. It is a little juiced at minus 125, but Chelsea can keep me and you out of the back of the net. If we're being honest with it, they'll run us fucking ragged on the counters, but like, if me and you were playing up top for Palace, we could score a fucking goal on this Chelsea back line. They fucking suck.
Mateta to score assist, bold.
Also, top dog, not gonna lie, I like your look on Jackson props, but we did not hear it from you first. We've been talking up Jackson since he left Villarreal.
Man's gonna blow up this season. Also, I don't know if that's true.
He needs to start finishing his chances. Point,
I heard Neto and Felix, and they're gonna call them Netflix. Is the new duo at Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, so, Chelsea's got like what, 82 players?
They got like 172 different duos that could go and take that spot real quick. And they're still on the market for more strikers. Like if I had to pick between Nkunku and Jackson, I know who I'm picking.
I'm taking Nkunku.
And now is Nkunku gonna be healthy for more time than Pedri? Who the fuck knows?
All right. But yeah, Leg and I have liked Jackson since he was at Villarreal with Chuck Ueze. That duo was fucking insane.
And next one I got Newcastle versus Tottenham. I don't know why, but this is slowly becoming one of my favorite matchups. It just feels like it's always a solid game where I just like watching Tottenham get smacked around by Newcastle at St. James Park. Tonali's back. Newcastle did play midweek. I don't really care that much. It went to penalties too, so they ended up winning against Nottingham Forest. But you go to Bournemouth, you get a draw. Now you got to defend your crib. I like Newcastle here. You can even get them at a decent number on the draw no bet. It was like minus 105, minus 110 on a draw no bet. I do think both teams score here. Newcastle's. Wait, I guess Shar will be back. What happened to Botman? I still want to know.
I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on with Newcastle, to be honest. They haven't looked good since they got the group of death in Champions League last year.
He said, fade Newcastle. They cost me money last game. Never. I'll never do that. This is Jackson is crazy. His metrics are just ridiculous. If he can improve in front of goal. You know how funny it is to say if a striker can improve in front of goal? Because you could say that about every single striker.
Man U fans have been saying it about Rashford since they called for the Ballon d'Or.
Man U fans have been saying that about Højlund since they actually had to cough up the cash for him too. So,
yeah, I mean, like, look, I think there'll be goals here. I like both teams to score. I like the over 2.5. I do lean Newcastle here. Tottenham, until they prove otherwise, they're ass away. And I have zero faith in them away from their own building. Got to figure out how to play on the road to win games in this league.
Newcastle look utter trash. Wow. I feel like that's a lot of big talk from a Chelsea fan. What place did you guys finish in last year? They're above you on the table right now for looking like utter trash, right? Sneaky under here. I don't know if you have been watching Newcastle then, because that defense got holes in it right now.
Yeah,
especially if Lewis Hall starts at left back. Yikes!
I mean, look, if you're brave enough to take unders, go for it. They're in the EPL. I mean, half these games are going to go under. Figure out which half you like.
All right, next one I
There's
got.
not 4 goals in every game, guys. Like, there's just not. I
I mean,
know
it's
England
under
likes
three
to
and a half. I don't hate it, but
right. I know that England loves to pretend that there's 4 goals in every game, but there's just not.
all right, next one, last one, big one here. Manchester United hosting Liverpool. And if I'm a Man U fan and I saw those odds that I'm looking at, I would be so fucking mad and feel so disrespected. You can get a Manchester United double chance at Old Trafford versus Liverpool at minus 110. If you're a Manchester United fan and you're not at least backing yourself to get one fucking point against Liverpool, you are not actually a Manchester United fan. The delusion has to get to you a little bit that you can defend your crib. The theater of
They
dreams
can't.
against Liverpool, you have to just not let them beat your ass. Tell me it happens.
No, pool by a million.
Both teams to score.
I don't even
Both
think
teams to
that. I'll
score.
take pool to win 2-0.
I'm gonna go with Manchester United on the double chance and back them, and then just be able to get really mad next week when Manchester United
It
loses.
makes for great content. That's for sure.
Can I just put in, if I see Mason Mount fucking start, I'm taking everything back. I'll take
I
Liverpool
retract
minus 1.
everything I said nice about Man United.
If Garnacho doesn't start, then I'm sorry, but what are we doing? Because to me, he's the best player right now.
Yeah, man, you're in fucking shambles. You're starting Mason Mount. You're not playing Garnacho. Rashford's throwing a hissy fit about, I'm not a center forward. I have to play on the left wing. Well, you can't fucking play there either, big dog. Just so you know, you look like you have no business on a pitch in England fucking anywhere, dude. Maybe go down to...
You know what really gets me? Is they're moving Bruno Fernandes, their captain, out of his position to start Mason Mount. Like, you went and bought another fucking striker, and you're moving Bruno Fernandes, the literal captain of your team, out of the 10. You're moving your fucking 10 out of his position. So Mason Mount can fucking play. That's what makes no sense to me. It isn't even all about Garnacho not playing. It's just, how do you move what is supposed to be the leader and best player out of his own position? That shit is fucking shocking to me.
And all of this, the 2 people I feel the worst for are Onana, because he gets way more fucking criticism than he deserves for absolutely holding it down between the pipes back there, and anybody who has the audacity to slander Casemiro, because he's backpacking that fucking club.
Also, I love Kobe Minu. That's just my guy. He's team leg.
Yeah, I fuck with Kobe Manu too.
All right, that's all I got. We're going over to the greatest league on the planet now. We're going. It's no football.
It's La Liga.
All right, we got Girona versus Osasuna. This is the first of the Thursday games. And honestly, part of me kind of wants Girona to lose so I get better odds for the weekend and I can see if they're actually going to be this bad over the weekend. That's kind of where my head goes. I think they have Alaves on Sunday, so it's going to be a long week for them. Osasuna, I said it earlier, don't really respect them at all. They're Spanish Torino. I don't. You can win as many games as you want and finish right around 11th through 8th place. I don't respect you. Girona is a fucking shell of what they were last season. Maybe it'll be different when they're at home. I'm waiting it out on Girona. I don't like taking sides with Girona here. So, Oaks, I don't know if you feel any different here, but I can't go for that one.
No, look, this game's gonna suck. To be honest with you, I'm gonna do a live stream for it so we can talk about player props tomorrow. If you want to join me, because I know you're off work, you're more than welcome to. Or no, I think you're off. You're not off tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll probably go live and talk about player props here. Girona, you gotta find a way to score some goals at your crib here. Osasuna's super mid. The thing they do best is they take corners and they do long looping crosses from right to left really well. They get people moving poorly and out of position. But yeah, I mean, this game is going to be an under, and it's going to be a struggle to watch. I'm glad it's the early game, and then we get to talk about Madrid right after.
Speaking of, we got Madrid. Las Palmas versus Real Madrid. So I expect Oaks to go live for this one, so I'm going to keep this one nice and short and sweet. We're rotating our squad, so you might see a little less flash, a little less flair, and Real Madrid -1.5. So,
yep, it's pretty simple. It's Madrid by 1,000,000. If Vinny starts, Vinny assists until they put me 6 feet in the dirt.
I wish I could. I don't feel like turning around. Actually, I have my Arda Guler jersey on, so it's Guler time. Guler to score assists. Guler shots outside the box. Guler shot on target. He's an absolute. He's got a wand.
He's a menace. He's an absolute menace.
Moving on. Probably one of my favorite matchups for the weekend.
Probably one of the best matchups of the weekend.
Athletic Bilbao versus Atletico Madrid at San Mamés. Bilbao is back to their "we are holding it the fuck down" at San Mamés ways. I like the draw on this game. If this man was talking about the Real Madrid Las Palmas game, he's high. Because I already know that we're going to start Endrick, Brahim, and Guler, and they're going to go the fuck off. Oh, look, see, he thinks Mbappe is going to play. That's how I know he doesn't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Bilbao at San Mamés. They got their nice, gritty 1-0 win today. Look, I don't know how you watch that Atleti team play Espanyol today and try and back them away at San Mamés here. Like, that Atleti team I watched today, they should have had 4 goals in the first half. Nobody can finish shit. Even though I fucking hate him, Rodrigo de Paul looked good. He was serving up balls on a silver plate for Alvarez Alvarez completely bad. He looks like fucking ass. Lino off the woodwork. Sorloth off the woodwork. Had 4 chances in the first half. Couldn't finish fucking one of them. Look, I love Bilbao here on the draw no bet at +105. I kind of agree with Fernando. This screams draw to me. I like a 1-1 draw. Both teams to score sitting at -120 looks good. For all the shit I just talked on Atleti and their inability to score against Espanyol at home at the Wanda, by the way, where like it's a fucking cheat code. Like a game should have started 2-0 at the Wanda. It's going to be mighty tough to get yourself up and go on the road to Bilbao for this one. So Bilbao is not exactly watertight at the back. It's great to see him get the win today. I would have liked to see one more goal out of them. I thought they completely dominated that game from start to finish. So I like Bilbao here a lot on the draw no bet at +105.
I watched so many choked chances from people that I had money on between Sunset and Inaki Williams. And I was
Sunset should have had that header home without a doubt in the first half.
I felt his pain too when I watched him do that. I'm just like, oh yeah, because you think, oh, I just gotta hit it forward, and then you're like, fuck, I hit it too late.
Fuck, he hit it up, yeah. How about Gurzetta too on the breakaway from when fucking Sunset fed Inaki Williams and he cuts it back to the middle to a wide open Gurzetta and he just
man kicks it directly at the goalie.
Just direct anywhere else on frame, and that's a fucking. He could have taken a touch goal.
Too. Like I was looking at, I was like, I might have just tried to take
he
a touch.
He had time to gather that too. Like, there's no need to just fucking crank it right at the keeper.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, moving on. Actually, I'm gonna skip the Valencia Villarreal game because I'm just going to end up taking both teams to score and probably Villarreal and like a draw.
Both teams to score over 2.5 on Villarreal games until they put me in the ground. That team can't defend and they get hella buckets.
All right, next one I got Real Madrid versus Real Betis. This is another Sunday game. Real Madrid is also kind of double dipping, even though everyone played today and we're going to be playing tomorrow. The line sucks. Like, I was getting a better line on Real Madrid -1.5 versus Las Palmas than I am versus Real Betis. I'm sad about it. I'll be honest. I'm pretty sad about it.
If Isco's back for this game, Isco to score, assist, both teams to score. Madrid ends up winning. But, yeah, if Isco makes his return for this game and he starts versus Madrid, there's no way he doesn't find the back of the net. Ex-Madrid players love scoring against Madrid, and we know that Isco is the engine that makes Batiste run. So if we see Isco on the pitch, I'm all in on Isco. Also in this one, again, Vinny assist until they put me in the fucking ground, or they start putting a much worse number than plus 270 on it. Because if you're gonna give me Vinny plus 270 to assist all season, I'm gonna take it every single fucking game.
Yeah, I kind of love cards in this one also.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with Fakir out there running his mouth.
Facts. Cruzeiro
Carvalho with the good stash too.
I am nervous if Isco starts and plays. I don't want to see him. I'll be honest. I don't want to see him.
I understand why you don't want to see him, because he will find the back of the net.
I was about to say, I think it'd be a fucked up move by him. I'm hoping he's out still. Or if he comes back, I hope, to be fair, Kamavinga comes back then also.
All right.
I'm looking at cards. Both teams to score, I don't hate. I do think Courtois is already kind of standing on his head. No matter, Militao looks fantastic.
He does. That fucking long ball he put into Brahim Diaz for that goal at the death, that was fucking sick.
I actually think Fran Garcia played great last game. Rudiger looks off, but Rudiger's off is still probably top 20 in the world. So I'm not sweating that one. It's only August. So I don't hate both teams to score, but also if our team just continues to go on this streak like we got with Tchouaméni, like we got in the league on right now for like 34 games, I think we're at unbeaten. It'll be hard for Batiste. Batiste struggles a lot. Maybe Vitor Roque starts hot.
I hope he does.
Excited. I would love to see
it. Top dog, when you were saying, I low-key kind of like Batiste to finish top 4 in La Liga, because Sociedad is broken. Like, Sociedad looks like fucking shit. So tell me another team in La Liga who you think's going to get 4th behind
probably us. Bilbao, Villarreal. If I had to just,
I don't think Villarreal has the defense to do it. Neither does Batiste.
I was going to say, they at least got
Batiste needs to learn how to win away, but they protect their crib better than fucking Villarreal
has a better defense than Batiste does. I would take like Kumbuala over fucking Mark Bartra.
But when you throw Isco back in this lineup with Victor Roque up top, like, I fucking love this Batiste squad.
Yeah, and then, but if we get that Baena that they had last year, like, I don't know if that was Sorloth causing that magic, but Baena assist numbers are still wildly high.
True.
Still doing his thing. That's why I think Villarreal maybe. Bilbao is off to a rough start if they wanted to. Celta Vigo is shockingly in 3rd place right now.
Celta Vigo looks insane. Are we going to talk about that game? Because I'm all over Celta.
Real halftime, full time.
I like that.
No, we aren't going to talk about that game.
Why would We're not going to talk about the Celta game?
No, not Osasuna versus Celta Vigo.
Okay.
It was hard enough to talk about one Osasuna game.
I feel you. I'm buying into Celta, though. I love Celta. Double chance is a little juiced at minus 160, but draw no bet at plus 135, and Celta to score 2 at plus 230 is out of pocket.
Yeah, also Iago Aspas is just fucking balling. Mingueza is weirdly balling also from right back.
Dude, that Celta team is just humming. They're playing good, fast, fun to watch football right now.
Yeah, luckily Villarreal, my man Danny Pereira almost choked at the end. Wow. Anyway, we're going over to Italy now. I actually really like this Italian slate. That being said, I only have 3 games to talk about. Oaks will obviously have more picks for you for the Italian league, and I will have more, which is why you guys follow us on Twitter and make sure you subscribe, like, be alerted for all the live shows, join the Discord and all that jazz. But I'm going to hit the 3 main ones. First one is Inter versus Atalanta. I am very excited about this game. Me and Oaks do not agree on this game. I want goals in this game. I lean Inter on this game. I think Inter protects their crib well. I also think Atalanta is going to get me at least 1. So I was looking at the both teams to score, which I think was sitting at like minus 150, which is juicy, which is why I'm also eyeing up to over 2.5, or I'm going to end up picking a goal scorer here. But I think Inter's going to end up getting 3 points. Atalanta, that was a big stumble last week versus Torino.
I'll talk about this one in a second. Top dog, when you say apparently Juve played brilliantly, let's keep in mind they played Hellas Verona, who is relegation fodder. Like, don't get it twisted. Yeah, Juve played well and they smacked them around 3-0, but Hellas Verona's relegation fodder. Look, I'm on a different opinion of Leg on this game. I do like the both teams to score at minus 145, minus 150. This game's giving me huge draw energy at plus 320. I do think that Inter kind of got right after a surprisingly piss poor performance at home versus Genoa, where they tied 2-2, coughing up a late penalty kick. I really like the under 2.5 here at plus 140. I think Atalanta will be able to play a little bit of defense. They are going to commit to the attack because that's just who they are and what they do. But I don't see Inter scoring more than 2. And I don't necessarily see Atalanta getting 2. So I really like the draw here at plus 320. I like the under 2.5 at plus 140. And I also like both teams to score. So that should tell you that I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Kalinangalu shot on target also. That's just what I'll throw out there.
Yeah, and Pasalic till I fucking die, dude. That guy's balling the fuck out. Ederson looks great too for Atalanta. Me and Nick were talking about him a bunch. Same with Zappacosta. That whole right side over there in the midfield is looking really, really good for Atalanta.
All right, moving on. Next one I got Lazio hosting AC Milan. I find it absolutely ridiculous, and I'm about to say this, but I'm taking Lazio on the draw, no bet at home. It is plus 100 right now. AC Milan, they almost look like they're playing with no spine. They've been able to get a couple of results together or make it look a little bit respectable, like they made an effort to actually compete in the match, but they look lost for big pieces of it. Christian Pulisic is doing his fucking thing. Rafael Leao has his moments still, but also has these massive amount of times where it doesn't look like he actually knows what he's doing out there. I don't know if he's trying to do too much or what it is. I fucking despise the Milan midfield that gets picked every single week. I don't even know who's on Lazio that's going to be my saving grace here that I can really back and know they're starting and know they're going to put in a performance for me. I've just watched how bad AC Milan has been. And I think when you play a top team, and even if it's only one half that you play that bad, they should put you away in Serie A.
Yeah, that said, AC Milan just always finds a way to get it done in the second half. I love both teams to score here. It's sitting at minus 140. I love the over 2.5 here. It's sitting at minus 115. I love second half to be the highest scoring half. I like Leao to shoot a fuck ton and be super selfish. I like Castellanos. I think he took 6 fucking shots last game. So if you're looking for first half shots ladders, those are the 2 names you should be thinking about. I really don't want to see them go back to Jovic. I know that I was big on Okafor getting the start on Saturday on CBS for the first nationally televised Serie A game on CBS, but I hope they stick with Okafor. I really like what he's capable of. I think he's a huge talent. Jovic is fucking useless. Shoot him into the fucking sun as far as I'm concerned. The guy can only really play in Europe. So, again, Morata's not healthy here, so it's going to be either Jovic or Okafor. I personally like Okafor. I need to see I love Chuck Ueze. I'm going to take his shot on target. Pulisic to score or assist every time he steps on the pitch. Top dog, you're goddamn right. But yeah, I think that AC Milan will probably look shitty in the first half again. I like a goal in both halves of this game. I like the second half to be the highest scoring half. I even kind of think if Leg is right with his Lazio draw no bet, halftime, full time of Lazio to win first half and draw for final score isn't a bad call. It's going to be super risky, but you'll get like plus 850 on it.
Yeah, the odds will be there for you. All right, last Italian game I got for you. It's Juventus versus Roma. And I'm not even going to overthink this. Juventus money line. They're cruising right now. Thiago Motta even has the young bulls doing their thing. Now, I don't know how the fuck you're going to start Fagioli over Douglas Luiz, who you just paid to have come to your fucking team. That shit's wild to me. He shouldn't play over West. He shouldn't play, period, if we're being honest. But just to play him over the new signings and the people you're paying to stay who backpacked this team all of last season. I don't know if there's an Italian bias now with Thiago Motta, but he's also winning games. So my boy Gatti is still starting on that back line. They're still holding it the fuck together. Roma also looks like dog shit, and I don't trust
They
them at
look
all.
so bad, dude.
Yeah, they look terrible,
How do
horrendous.
you lose to
Where is
Empoli at
Mourinho?
home?
We
How do
need
you lose
Mourinho
to
back.
Empoli at home? That's spineless.
Roma look bad.
DDR should kick somebody's ass for that, if we're being real. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to take action in this game. I'm going to watch it because I like both of these squads, and I do think that this has the potential to be a top 4 or a top 6 battle, at least here in Italy. But I can't get behind Roma at all right now. And I certainly can't get behind Roma going on the road to play Juventus. Look, it's not that I told you guys to quell your expectations on Juventus after playing Hellas Verona because they're fucking trash. But yeah, I don't, under 2.5 definitely seems pretty good here, Fernando. I can get with you on that. If Roma can play some defense, I've just seen Roma way too leaky at the back, and that's just not what I expect out of a DDR coach team. So, interested
Listen,
to.
all I know is that Juve's won both their games 3-0, so I'm not taking any unders until I see a different result.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, I'm not going to hype up Juve after beating the brakes off of Hellas Verona. Like, I expect Verona to get relegated this season. So, yeah, this is going to be a hell of a watch. Personally, I don't have any action on it. That may change when the day comes and I see lineups. But for me, I see 3 more bettable games out here in Italy than this one. Great entertainment, though. Like, it's always worth talking about. Just, I personally am not going to commit any ducats to this action on a Wednesday.
I'm easily doing the Juve money line. I won't even think about it. I'll look at it on Sunday. Like, oh damn, Juve won again. Light work. All right, I have 1 German game and 1 French game. When it's not the Dortmund game, it's Leverkusen versus Leipzig.
Yup.
Leipzig sucks away. Leverkusen's looking a little funky here. Like they're a little timid on the attack, a little rusty on the defense. So I don't hate the both teams to score angle. I do think Leverkusen gets all 3 points here, though. I wouldn't mind taking Leverkusen on a nice little spread either. Maybe Leverkusen -1, -1.5, probably -1 to get the push. But I see like a 3-1, maybe even a 4-1.
You're taking -1. You're gonna get like +160, +170 on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm going for juice here. I just don't. I think Leipzig will get their 1. Maybe it's going to be a Benjamin Sesko goal eventually. Finally, hook me up. Xavi Simons also, after hearing that he was going back, hasn't really done shit.
Nope.
But Florian Wirtz is still my guy, and I will run his props into the ground, and I'm running with Leverkusen.
Yeah, it's Leverkusen money line all fucking day. Leipzig for the last, I don't know, 5 years hasn't been able to play on the road. So why am I going to think they can play on the road now? Not that Leverkusen's defense is great. It's just, I don't know what it is with RB Leipzig. They just do not travel, and they haven't traveled for, this is our 4th year doing the show. They can't play away. I don't know how many times we got to tell you guys.
Multiple managers, too. It doesn't matter. It's weird.
Right. Since Jesse Marsh was there, they can't fucking play it. Like, and Jesse Marsh had him looking the best out of any fucking manager on the road. Leipzig just cannot play on the road. Now, I know they're super far east, but like Germany's not that big of a fucking country, but Michigan's bigger than Germany. Like, the fuck you mean that travel's hard?
Also, Frimpong is still my guy. Did you see that they took Grimaldo's pace away from them on FIFA? Because I'm still upset about
That's
it. I was like,
bullshit.
wow, how'd you fucking
I
do
was
that to
gonna say
Grimaldo?
I watched him just be fast as fuck again all last year.
Yeah. All right, last French game, last game I got. It's Lille versus PSG. This is like, for some reason, now Lille also just played, I think, midweek and lost in their qualifier, if I'm not mistaken. And now they're gonna
They
have
went to
to.
PKs. I don't know if they advanced.
I thought they lost in PKs, but I'm not sure.
They did. No, they
They
did
won.
not. They won 3-2 on aggregate over Sparta Prague. It did not go to PKs.
They amputated one of Grimaldo's legs. That's crazy.
um,
I love PSG here though. They are still cruising. They're beating the shit. You know what's funny is everyone's like, "Oh, PSG is still scoring goals even without Mbappe." Yeah, their team is ridiculously loaded and in a trash league. That was
right,
never gonna be. They weren't gonna miss him. Like, oh, now we'll
right.
never
Every other
send him
team is
ever again.
struggling to have their finances in order, and PSG has a blank oil money check.
I thought you hated League One.
We
Yeah. Notice how there's one game. Notice
do
how the
hate
leagues
League
I
One,
like get like 5 in them.
but if you're gonna give us PSG, who is gonna play Liao, who just was in a dogfight for their life to make Champions League today, and you're gonna hang minus 105 on PSG, yeah, we're gonna take PSG.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. Um, is Goncalo Ramos still? You see my boy fucking Barcola scored, right? That's my
I
guy.
did, yeah. You are leading the Golden Boot.
We're out here, Golden Boot. But I don't ever know who they're gonna put up front. Is the only thing that scares me. I can't even blindly just be like Jonathan David and
Right.
just because it's not that same Jonathan David going at it like that anymore. So
I also don't know if he's good. Like, they accomplished their goal today. It was to make Champions League. Like, yeah, do they want to defend against the crib against PSG? Sure. Do they want to get anybody hurt before a Champions League campaign? Also, the fuck no.
what's happening with the Canadian? Well, he got rumored to Chelsea, so AKA and who the fuck knows? João Neves props, you think so? I mean, he's got 4 assists already. I was looking at Zai Emery or Vitinha's shots. Vitinha's shot from outside the box was fucking free money in the Euro. Zai Emery
Also,
one shot.
Kenyon Lee is balling out there for
Yes, he
PSG.
is. He doesn't start that often though, but he's really good off the bench.
But every
He's
time he comes on the pitch, he finds the back of the net.
I actually still think Barcola is the best goal scorer you can get from them, in my opinion. So I'll probably do something stupid like a shots on target parlay you'll see on Twitter. Don't worry about it, guys.
I'm just gonna take PSG on the money line. They're gonna come in and they're gonna
I'm gonna do
steamroll
PSG and over 1.5 just because I'll just be too greedy for the rest of my life.
Let's talk about Liga MX and Japanese soccer.
No,
Hey,
thank you.
Chavez is my squad in Liga MX. You know, I'm a
And
fucking
Santos Laguna because their jerseys are fresh.
well, Chavez has Chicharito and they have my boy Cade Call. So that's the team I fuck with down there.
I just want you to know that neither of those leagues, you combine those leagues, and they're not even close to the Brazilian Serie A. They wish they could fucking do what the Brazilian Serie A does. All those superstars just to lose in the Champions League semifinal again. I don't know who he's talking about.
I mean,
PSG?
I'll be surprised if PSG makes knockouts. To be
I was about to
honest with
say,
you, they're not
damn,
that
they're
good.
giving the
They're
honestly,
really
yeah,
good.
for having a lot of stars, like point to the stars.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, I'm going first here. I got my golden booty.
Also,
Last
how
week.
stupid does Lazio look for letting Kenyon Lee walk over like a mil 5 and go to PSG and just be banging goals?
I've been saying that, but I've been on Kang and Lee. That's my guy. All right,
Facts.
let's see what I got.
Move with the rhythm, shake it up, stop on the clock. It's 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
Do I just let it ride and say Barcelona? Do I just let it ride?
I mean, if you're rocking the Guler kit, you got to specify which game though.
Yeah, I guess I have to. No, you know what? I'm gonna go Florian Wirtz.
Verts.
Yep. I'm gonna go
I like
Florian
it.
Wirtz. Let's see what you got.
Move with the rhythm. Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut, cut.
Let's have La Liga.
La Liga.
Football. It's La Liga. If Napoli gets McSauce, well, I guess. I mean, I'll have alerts on. I have a bunch of Napoli alerts on already. I'm pretty alert to Napoli and their trash ass football they've been dishing out the last year and a half. But I'll definitely have even more alerts now with McSauce being there.
I'm gonna take
heard
Pepe
that
over on. I'm gonna take Pepe over on Villarreal.
You're reckless as hell.
I sure am. It's because if he doesn't start, I'll be able to take somebody from the Madrid game.
I would have taken Danjuma over him.
No, I'm taking Pepe. I like Pepe. He looks good in that yellow kit with the fucking
Yeah, he
Jackson
does.
yellow stripe in his hair.
Yeah, he does. All right, guys. That was the
Mike, I actually have a Napoli bet we're gonna get to here. You're not gonna like it, but I have one.
All right, kick 'em standings. I went 9-6 last week. Still just plus money. Cook it up. Anyway, this week I have tomorrow's match: Madrid -1.5 versus Las Palmas plus 100. That's a stupid number. Las Palmas, no disrespect or anything, but our B team is gonna run fucking rampant on you. Give me all the Brahim Diaz props. Bilbao Atleti over 5.5 cards. This game's just always a bloody game. It's one of my favorites. Bilbao Atleti, both teams to score -130. I just really like that number. Alaves money line versus Las Palmas. Las Palmas coming back from getting their ass beat from Madrid, and then they have to go to the Basque Country and play Alaves. I'll take Alaves at home at even money. Girona draw no bet at Sevilla. I'm really hoping that Girona is going to be able to protect their own crib against a shit Sevilla side. It's plus 110 for the draw no bet. Getafe Sociedad over 4.5 cards. Bunch of hacks on the pitch. Real Madrid, Real Betis, both teams to score -110. Wildly low number. Arsenal, Brighton, both teams to score over 2.5 is plus 110. I feel like I haven't seen a plus sign on a TwoFootTalk special in England in a minute. Chelsea money line, both teams to score versus Crystal Palace is plus 150. I'm a little nervous about that one, but Chelsea's back line has been Newcastle draw no bet versus Tottenham -110. They always give them trouble. Man U double chance versus Liverpool. This is definitely not for content. -110. Inter Atalanta, both teams to score -150. I'm eating just all that juice because even if it ends 1-1, I'm fine with that. Give me the both teams to score. Lazio draw no bet versus Milan plus 100. Milan, you suck. Prove me wrong. Juve money line versus Roma -140. Dortmund money line versus Werder Bremen -125. Yes, we're betting on Dortmund away, and I'm going to make my first mistake of the Bundesliga season. Oh, and then my parlay is Juve money line, Bilbao Atleti, both teams to score, and Guler to score or assist versus Las Palmas. Don't know the lineups.
All right. I'm gonna take Arsenal. It's not Parma double chance. I'll get that. You know what? I'll start with that one for you, Mike, since I know you're watching. Napoli versus Parma, both teams to score -115. I did like Napoli's effort at home. And Special K isn't hurt. So, and they have Lukaku now. So, yeah, I do think that they're super susceptible on the counter. I think Parma looks great on the counter. Man has been balling out for them. He's really parlaying what he did with Romania in the Euros into a nice looking Serie A campaign. So, Napoli, Parma, both teams to score -115. And I guess I'll finish out Italy while we're on it. Give me Torino on the money line at plus 105. I do kind of like both teams to score with Venezia, but I want to see Gianluca Busio back before I continue backing Venezia blindly. I do like what Torino's doing, so give me them on the money line.
Plus, Tessman also. Tessman went to Lyon.
Plus 105. Lazio versus AC Milan. I'm taking the over 2.5 at -115. That's it for Serie A. EPL, both teams to score in Arsenal Brighton. Give me Villa on the road at Leicester on the money line, -130. Give me Bournemouth, draw no bet on the road versus Everton. I fucking hate Everton. I think they're trash. Even Nielsen and that Bournemouth team is very cheeky, and I think they're going to win some games this year. Also, I love the black and red kits. Those are fresh as fuck. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Both teams to score over 2.5, -125. Liverpool on the money line at Man U, -112. Give me Bilbao on the draw no bet versus Atleti at San Mames in La Liga. Bilbao at home, they need to start handling their business, and fuck Atleti. I hate them so goddamn much. Valencia versus Villarreal, both teams to score over 2.5, +110. Absolute no-brainer. Villarreal can't play any defense. Osasuna versus Celta Vigo. Give me Celta on the draw no bet, +135. If you got the Stones, take Celta team total over 1.5, +230. Heading over to
Team that just fucked me over.
Heading to Germany, I'm with Leg. I'm going to fall into the trap, and I do not care. Werder Bremen has nothing. Give me Dortmund at -110. Leverkusen is free money versus RB Leipzig on the road, who is absolute ass. And then in France, I'm going to take Marseille on the money line. You tell me they can't beat fucking Toulouse? Come on now. Marseille should be challenging for the top of the league here. And then Lille versus PSG. Give me PSG. And for a parlay, I don't know. Let's rock a little both teams to score parlay.
All right, what do you got?
Give me Bilbao Atleti.
Yep.
Give me Inter Atalanta.
Okay.
And give me Leverkusen Leipzig.
Okay, I'm here for that one. Marseille, aka how many scumbags can fit into one club as Dave? You know what's funny is they've been doing that. Like Valbuena was over there too. Like they've been on that scumbag shit. Live on that shit. They're the same one that their fans got banned for being scumbags. Like they bleed scumbag, baby.
Multiple times. Yeah, they throw batteries on the pitch. Like, yeah, I mean, look. France is high on the scumbag chart for sure.
All right, guys, that's all I got for you, though. Make sure you follow us at TwoFootTalk. That's at TWOFootTalk on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Links are down below if you are watching on YouTube or on Twitch. Click right in the description. If you're watching on Twitter, go click the follow button. What are you doing? Don't be stupid. Love you guys, though. I didn't call you stupid. You can follow Oaks at BurrOaks77. You can follow me at A Young Leg. Both of them right there. Also in the description. Scroll down. Click the description. Scroll down. Click and get you some drip. Oaks is rocking our Milan shirt as we speak. TFTdrip.com. Get you some gear in time for the season. Get some BurrOaks stuff. Get some Young Leg stuff. We got everything you will need. Working on my Danny Carvajal gluten-free shirt. And I'm debating between making it completely inappropriate or just using Danny Carvajal's face. It's 2:40 a.m. in South Africa, and I just finished with work. Peace. Take it easy.
Appreciate you tuning in, top dog.
Always a pleasure. But all right, that's all I got for you guys. Oaks, anything to add?
Fuck what you heard.
It's what you're hearing. We're 2Foot Talk.